being back at school, being back at work, everything's just been go, 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 go. Some days I haven't had time for breakfast and then I feel my body slump, and I actually feel myself gaining weight when I don't have breakfast. It slows my metabolism down, and then for the rest of the day I am snacking. To be honest, I'm snacking anyways, not the point, because I am a compulsive snacker. It's a curse, it's a disorder. I've self-diagnosed myself. There is no cure. The only cure is to be far away from a fridge, but even then, I find the food. It like bloodhound style. Anyway, so these particularly nutritious, I want to say, or these tasty chia seed puddings are like a bit of a play on classics that you might have missed when you first have gone vegan. So for example, the tiramisu one, you know, it's like a dessert for breakfast, and for me breakfast should be sweet anyways. And then you have the, okay, so it was the tiramisu one, the PB&J, because who doesn't love peanut butter and jelly, and it's all fresh made from scratch. It all took a few minutes to make everything together. It was so quick to prep, minimum mess. I'm so excited to show everyone. And then the third one was a tropical mango and coconut chia seed pudding. So everything, it was just so exciting to me because it was new flavor profiles. I didn't want to go for the generic chocolate or vanilla or blueberry muffin, which is BT dubs, incredible. So everything I've done has got equal amounts of proteins, fats, and carbs in them, so you don't get that sugar crash throughout the day. It's easy for your body to metabolize, and they are amazing. That was the passion that you will feel when you ingest these. So take a look, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also please tag me in any of your recreations on Instagram at jax_Fanucci. Shameless plug. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think, and if there are other types of maybe flavor profiles that you missed from before you were vegan, or your favorite desserts, let me know, and I will definitely end up recreating one of those for you. Alrighty then, so first you want to measure out 3/4 cup of any plant-based milk that you usually like, or whatever your preference is. Next, add in a shot of espresso coffee, and then 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. Give that a little zhuzh so it all mixes up nicely. It's going to smell so good. Then I just added in a little bit of agave. You can add about a teaspoon or 2, whatever you like, it's up to you, sweetness preference. Next, I mixed it up with 1/4 cup of chia seeds, and then I put that in the fridge, let it sit for about 4 hours, and then there you go. Then you put it into a jar. I added coconut yogurt on top because I like the extra creaminess, the extra protein, but again, it's all up to personal preferences. And then you'll see at the end, I topped it with some granola, but yeah, how easy was that? Okie dokie, so now coming up to one of my favorites with this, which is PB&J chia seed pudding. So what I have here is 200 grams of frozen blueberries. You can use fresh, frozen, and if you like a different type of jam, use that. And I put it in a mug so that I could microwave it. Don't try and microwave it in glass, sometimes that can explode. Anyway, I just put it in for 45 seconds to a minute, keeping an eye on it. Next, we start off with the basis. Once again, 3/4 cup of plant-based milk. Again, you can use vanilla flavored, you can use whatever your go-to, oat milk, soya milk, anything that you have a personal preference for. Make the recipe your own because that's always fun. Next, I added in a tablespoon of peanut butter. You can use any type of nut butter once again because Again, it's all about your personal preference, but I freaking love peanut butter, and let's just say that poor jar did not last very long. Sometimes you should actually heat it up before you mix it into the milk, but I end up putting mine in the blender just to make sure it's nicely incorporated. Next, just add in your tablespoon or teaspoon of agave. You can use stevia if you want as well. It's all about sweetness preference, so keep doing taste tests. I've personally made this so many times, so you can always add more in, but you can never take it out. I have made that mistake, so rather add too little and keep adding. Give it a nice little whisk and then put it in the blender so that everything meshes up perfectly. By now, the blueberries should be done in the microwave, so you can take those out and then get your blended mixture together. Mix the chia seeds in with the peanut butter mixture and then allow that to rest in the fridge once again for about 4 hours. I ended up adding an extra tablespoon of chia seeds into my blueberry mixture because I wanted it to be nice and textury, the same way actual jam is. Then when you assemble it, either way you can either have the jelly on the bottom or on the top, whatever you like, but I liked having mine on the top so that way I get to dig down through the peanut butter, take it all up in one scoop. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I loved it. And then yeah, just leave that in the fridge for whenever you're on the go and you just want your peanut butter and jelly chia seed pudding, bread free. So, oh my goodness, guys, this one is pretty much like summer in your mouth. It is an explosion of happiness and beaches and rainbows and fairies. First things first, I put 150 grams or a cup and a half of frozen mangoes into a blender with half a cup of coconut milk. You can use any plant-based milk, but this is a coconut and mango flavored chia seed pudding, so try and get coconut unless you can't stand it. Then I added in a tiny squidge, like a teaspoon of agave, and then a teaspoon of shredded coconut. Make it 2 teaspoons if you really like your coconut, and then blend that all up. It's going to be like a sort of sorbet / ice cream texture, and put that in a cup. Next, measure out your 3/4 of a cup of plant-based milk. Again, for this one, I really recommend using coconut. Then I added in some vegan coconut yogurt. This is natural probiotics. It's so good for you in the morning. It's filling, it makes you feel good, and it just tastes incredible. And because it's so creamy, it really makes this taste like a pudding. Then I added in a teaspoon of vanilla and then a teaspoon of agave. Gave it a nice little whisk. Then I put in another teaspoon of shredded coconut. Get the theme here, guys. And then 1/4 of a cup of chia seeds. Let that in the fridge to rest a little bit. Unfortunately, I kind of underestimated the amount of mango, so then I just had to put it in a bigger cup. But again, leave that in the fridge. That's nice and creamy like a popsicle. You don't want it to melt though, so you can leave it in the freezer, in the fridge, whatever you want, and then blend it up again when you assemble it all together. Once it's been in the fridge for about 4 hours, it's going to be all nice and firm up. So then in a jar or whatever you like to store your puddings in or your breakfasts in when you need to grab them on the go, put the coconut mixture down first and then layer the mango on top of it, and then that will be good to go when you're ready.